basically when we have this kind of show, we don't get as many callers because everybody's listening. They want to know what's going on. Now, Kevin, you said when Kavanaugh said that may change, that would be a big impact on which highways. What was that you said? Go ahead, Kavanaugh, and give us the
river reports that you.
Yeah, we just received some new updates from the National Weather Service, and I'll start at Greenville and move down. Now they're predicting it's going to go. They were predicting 60 feet. They're now predicting 64.5. Vicksburg was 53.5. Now they're predicting 57.5. And Natchez was 60. And now they're saying Natchez will be 65.
Okay, it's going to be sweating over there.
And they're working on the levees. They're enhancing the levees of Vidalia now in that area south of Natchez, south of Vidalia on the Louisiana side.
Something. Stupid question, maybe. Where does that put the water as far as the cities are concerned of Greenville and Vicksburg and Natchez? I mean, does it get in town when it gets that high? Can you tell that?
Well, I guess only the Lord can tell us if it's going to breach those levees. But they are enhancing those levees now, and it's not supposed to be over the levee level, top of the levee. And that they are putting a new type of basket now called a HESCO basket. You ever heard of that, sir?
No.
That's a basket that they started in Louisiana, and it's put on top of the levee and filled with sand and dirt, and it's supposed to hold back any water that may go over that levee. But they're only doing that in south of Vidalia, across from the Wilkinson County, Adams County line. I think it's mile 357 on the Mississippi River. That's on the Louisiana side. Now, they're doing some HESCO baskets in the Greenville area to just enhance the levees for precautionary measures. They're also putting some HESCO baskets on other parts of the river to protect some of the areas on the Louisiana side, but not necessarily on the levee.
Now, see, Jim. Now, Kevin, if 61's involved, that's a pretty main thoroughfare through there. Where will y'all have to divert people going south, just all the way over to the Interstate 55?
Well, yes, we'll have to make a determination of exactly what sections will go under. Like I said, we've got this information that Kavanaugh spoke of very late this afternoon, and most of my roads are in the Delta area, and 4 feet's a lot of difference in the Delta, and so what we had planned to do is going to have to be reworked, and we will detour traffic to the nearest MDOT maintained route, and then we may have to even back up from that at some point if the water comes up and gets onto some of those alternate routes.
Now, in Mississippi, you go. How far north do you go? I mean, you have to go all the way almost to Memphis, won't you? I mean, as far as flooding, is it, Kavanaugh, is it going to go? What about up that way? I mean,
well. Again, sir, you never know where that water's going to go.
But, I mean, are y'all preparing for that area?
We are working 24/7.
So Mike, do y'all have people up in that area, too? I mean, he said, how far north do you go, Kevin?
Just south of Clarksdale. I go to the Bolivar-Kahoma County line.
Okay, now, so who's your counterpart north of there? You got somebody working on that up there?
We do. Richard Allen's our district engineer there, and they're working continually, just as mentioned, and trying to estimate where the water is going to be, of course, and the backwater is what we're initially concerned, unless there's a breach of the levee. Working on that to make sure the roads are there's no release for the backwater, there's no movement, and so therefore we've got a lot of we're trying to estimate with these new crest levels. That changes everything. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. So you have to check it daily or hourly, probably. What about south now? Natchez, you same thing. Yes. Engineers all the way down.
Right. That's right.
Now, do y'all work closely, Kevin? Do y'all work with the state of Louisiana over on that other side on closures?
Yes, sir. We work with them very frequently about the Vicksburg Bridge, the I-20 bridge. Obviously, is a bridge we have in common with them. And we will be working with them if necessary. But at this point, we anticipate I-20 and I-20 bridge to not be affected.
I see. Now, Kavanaugh, what about other waterways, Big Black or any of those? Any other problem? Y'all not just watching the Mississippi River, are you?
No, sir. We're not. We're focusing on all of those. That's called like the Yazoo backwater.
Yeah, okay.
But you have to understand, sir, that there are when people compare this to the 1927 flood, you have to realize that in 1927 the levees were not as large.
I understand.
And there were no pumping stations and backwater pumping stations in the area, and there are many in those now. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to have an effect, but there are different procedures in place now that were not in place then.
So it can't be anything but better so far. When was the last time we had something to close to this?
Well, in 2008, I want to say, I'm not sure on my figures, but it got pretty high in 2008.
51.5.
51.5 in 2008. Okay. So we're at 57.5. That's 6 feet more.
And that's a lot.